Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on my channel, Evolution of the Geek. I am Malcolm. Leland is in the room, so I don't know if he'll be participating in this stream, whether it be on camera or actually in the chat. As you can quite clearly see there. Why are we waiting? So this stream was scheduled like a few months ago or something, and I decided I didn't actually want to do it. But since it's my birthday tomorrow, I feel like now is the time to actually get shit off my chest about the one script show of Doctor Who. I do have a list of subtopics, let's say, for this stream, and do have 2 videos I want to show on this stream as well. Thank you, Garbage. Thank you. Yes, I do have 2 videos I want to show on the stream. The last stream I did was like March time, which was the Star Wars stream. Go and check that out if you haven't already. So I probably might be a bit out of practice when it comes to like live streaming on my own. I'm hoping the light and picture quality and shit is okay. Should I go and turn the fucking light on? Yeah. So first things first, there is already a video on this channel about this particular subtopic, let's say, and there was a video on the Geek Union channel, which I used to co-host with my cousin Leland, who we no longer do that channel, and that is how I became a Whovian. Right, so the story starts back in 2005. I was flicking through a TV guide back when I used to like read and all that sort of shit with TV guides. Yes, it is a bit like riding a bike. Kind of, but not really. So I was flicking through the TV guide and I saw this little thing called Doctor Who. I didn't know what the fuck Doctor Who was. I never saw the classic series. I literally knew absolutely nothing about it apart from this little description that it said on the TV guide thing. Basically, sort of saying what Doctor Who actually was. I started to look kind of into it a little tiny bit, but not like so much that it would spoil me like going ahead. Like I didn't know anything about regeneration. I didn't know like about Daleks and Cybermen and Master and all that sort of shit. That all came through when New Who introduced them. So, yeah. And probably since I was like 7 or 8, I've had an interest in alien space. Monsters, not so much, but that was more because of like Goosebumps and all that sort of shit. Oh, I knew this sort of shit would come up. I just wanted to start by saying Jodie was absolute crap. Chibnall has been a disaster. They both have their toxic fan base attacking old fans. Yes. We will get more into like Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker and all that sort of shit. Like the new showrunner, whoever the fuck that's going to be. Them leaving, we'll get into. I don't actually know how long the stream is going to go on for, but I'll go on for as long as I can, I guess. Right. Since it did say like a positive stream on the thumbnail. Well, I didn't create the thumbnail. Leland did back when we used to have the Geek Union channel. I was going to do a positive stream then. We never got round to doing it. Well, I never got round to doing it. I didn't particularly want to create a new fucking thumbnail for this stream I still have it, like the thumbnail picture, actually on my computer. So I was like, oh, fuck it, let's just use this to use that thumbnail instead of creating a new one. So yeah, the stream may be positive, it may not be, but all the things I have written down, yeah. Don't mind me, I'm drinking a Yazoo. It's strawberry milk. Strawberry milkshake. Yeah. Right. I have a lot more to say. Well, I have a lot more to say, but Jodie and Chibs are going woohoo. Right. Yes. I will also come back to that as well. I never watched an episode of Jodie Whittaker. Lucky for you, Neil. I hope you don't mind me calling you Neil. Yeah, I feel very like envious. Is that the right word of you? Because both me and Leland reacted to season 11 or series 11 on the Old Geek Union channel. We reacted to was it Resolution, the New Year's Day episode. I think it was Resolution or some shit. The Dalek episode. Like the first Christmas Jodie episode, and I did a reaction to series 12 episode 1, which I have cut down a little bit, which will be played through not throughout this video, but will be played at some point in this stream. Should I just play it now? Yeah, might as well. I have to fucking find it first. Yes, there we go. Till I hate. Right, let's go back. Right, so I've edited this down a little bit. Yes, thank you. Thank you, garbage. Yeah, it was Resolution. Yeah, I thought so. Leland saying, "Do it." Yeah, so this was done. When the fuck did the episode come out? This is Spyfall, season 12, episode 1. I'm sorry for anyone who hasn't seen it. Yeah, it has been cut down, and it's just me pretty much taking the piss out of it. So let's get it going. This is a new series I like to call Till I Hate Myself. This already feels like fucking Chibnall's Doctor Who. I haven't a fucking clue what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry about the camera quality as well. Oh, fucking Atlas. Chibnall ripping off fucking older shit. I'm trying to get away with it.
Hi, it's me. I'm at MI6.
Shut the fuck up.
The hatred, man. In your eyes.
It's 20 minutes in, I still haven't fucking clue what the fuck is going on. All I know is like some alien things are killing spies.
I'm fucking bored as fuck.
And that's fucking saying something. You only became
garbage.
a fucking Whovian like fucking what last year. Fucking downgrade. She's in the fucking upside down.
What happened to you?
I went to a very dark place full of white people. It's like the white spy fucking things. Oh, she's definitely fucking unhinged. Fucking deluded. I so laugh if he shoots the fucking front tire, she flies over and she regenerates.
Spy. Master.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed with that reveal. And you can see my lazy eye. I sat through fucking 59 minutes and 13 seconds of bullshit. The master.
It's all fucking bullshit.
I will touch upon that. He is really trying to be fucking Johnson. I'm sorry, but no. I honestly don't know what the fuck I think. The show is... It doesn't even feel like Doctor Who. We gotta stretch the arm out really fucking far. I've tainted Tennant's screwdriver by doing all that fucking shit. So yes, that is just the a little snippet of the reaction to Spyfall Part 1. I didn't want to keep the whole fucking thing in because the reaction was just boring enough. Me and Liam were actually talking about this before me doing the stream, and he did say that it was like our highest, like quickly went to like 1,000 subs or whatever, 1,000 views, and I did say that it was definitely the fastest to get 100 dislikes because literally the whole episode was just me laying into that episode. Like, I didn't see Spyfall Part 2 because I didn't see much fucking point in doing so. I did see Fugitive of the Jadoon, whatever the fuck that episode's called. Didn't like it. Wasn't really impressed that Jack was back. Didn't really care. And I saw the Abomination of the Cybermen and the Timeless fucking fuckwits. So yeah. The Timeless fuckwits. Should I talk about that now? Since I didn't actually do a review fucking video for that thing. The Timeless fuckwits, I felt would have been more better as the Master being the Timeless fuckwit. But okay, if you got a ruined canon, yeah. Yeah, it's the Doctor. Okay, I don't think Chibnall or Shitnall is gonna clear anything up before he leaves next year. Oh yeah, that makes more fucking sense. The tick box children, not the timeless fuckwits. Yeah, but the tick box children, yeah. Yeah, it would have made more sense for the Master to be the timeless child or the tick box child. But yeah, like I said, if you got a ruined canon, then okay, fuck you, Chibnall, Shitnall, Chimbles, whatever you fuck you want to call him. Like I said in the reaction about Sacha Dhawan's Master, I do prefer him in the Tick Box Children episode, simply because he plays more of a serious role. I didn't like him when he was trying to be John Sim way too fucking much, like hamming it up. Yes, Leland. Wonder how many dislikes the stream will get. To be honest, don't know and don't care. It's Doctor Who, and I had been a Doctor Who fan since 2005, and last year my love for it died. I'm at that point now where I don't particularly want to talk about more. Well, I don't particularly want to talk about Doctor Who anymore. That's why I'm doing the stream, and pretty much, like I said, well, like the stream says, get everything off my chest so I don't have to talk about the show anymore. I won't be seeing Jodie Whittaker's regeneration episodes. I don't particularly care. The new showrunner, don't care who it is. You can bring back RTD, don't care. You can bring back David Tennant, even though I don't think that would be fucking possible. Don't care. You could bring back fucking John Barrowman, but I don't think they will now because he's been cancelled, even though he's part of the LGBTQ fucking alphabet community. Don't care. Yes, I don't care. but saying that, if someone was to want me on their stream to talk about it, I think that's kind of a different thing. Yeah, because it's their stream. If they want to talk about it, they can. I don't particularly want to, but yeah. But yeah, with that said, about like not caring about the Doctor Who universe anymore, I have started rewatching the Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't think the timeless fucking fuckwits, the Tick Box Children episode has destroyed my love for, well, Sarah Jane Adventures. I'm not sure about Torchwood yet. But yeah, I don't think I'm completely like 100% off Doctor Who, because obviously I'm still watching the spin-offs or spin-off. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the complete box set, which I got for Christmas last year from my brother, which is fun. I'm trying to get my girlfriend into watching it. I don't think she's like that much into it, but I think it was the whatever happened to Sarah Jane episode. I think she was confused. She told me to shut the fuck up. So yeah, I think she's actually getting into it. Hopefully on to season 2 tonight. Yes, Leland still fucking hates them, Slovene. Yes, the missus was also confused about the ending of season 1, with the skinny people being Slovene. But yeah, like I said, I don't think my love for Doctor Who is 100% completely gone, because obviously I'm still watching the Sarah Jane Adventures. Maybe I'll go on to watching Torchwood after, who fucking knows. Miracle Day, I'm not particularly keen on, but I prefer Miracle Day over this fucking Doctor Who. Do you care though? Like I was saying, I'm still watching the spin-offs, but I really don't know. Maybe my interests will be peaked once I find out, or once we find out who the new showrunner is. But the whole like hashtag of, was it Sheen for 14 or something? I mean, people can use it. I don't use it. I will never use it, because it's not like the Doctor Who will never go back to white males. I'm sorry, but it won't, because the BBC and their wokeness. Yeah, the BBC of like the whole hashtag is like, well, not a hashtag, but go woke, go broke, hashtag defund the BBC. What the fuck can I talk about now? New showrunner talked about, kind of. New Doctor, hashtag Sheen for 14. Like I said, I don't think it will happen. Well, I very much doubt it will happen. Sorry, I'm swinging on my wheelie chair here. The BBC, nothing's going to change with Doctor Who because of the BBC. The BBC are going to stay exactly the same. I don't think they'll learn their fucking lesson. People will still cancel their TV licenses, and BBC still won't get the fucking message. They're just fucking blind as fuck. Hey, Leland. This hasn't become a woke bashing stream. I'm just talking about Doctor Who, which unfortunately is woke. So, so you know, he's sitting over there. So
what's the fucking difference?
What's Garbage saying now? It's a shame that Jodie and Chibnall have ruined your interest. I know, but I've had my time with the show. But with that saying that, I think it is the whole show that I've lost interest for now, because I haven't continued on with Classic. I don't really feel the interest or want or need to continue with Classic. I don't even know what fucking season I'm on. I think I'm on Tom Baker's second season. Don't really want to fucking go back to it. So yeah, I'm guessing it's just the whole, like the main show and not the spin-offs that is the Tick Box Children episode has destroyed my love for. But yeah. Jodie's Regeneration episode I won't be watching. It's happening on fall or / autumn of next year with the BBC's centenarial fucking celebration fucking thing. Central or whatever fucking how it's pronounced. The 100 years of the BBC, like we all fucking care. I won't be watching it. I'm more than likely still follow people. Well, not really follow people, but I know that Nerdrotic will probably do a fucking video on it or a review on it. I'll probably check that out, see if there's any like fucking news or anything. Yeah, Timeless Children BS. I've already fucking done that. Right, just to prove that Chibnall and Whitaker and the BBC have destroyed my love for the show. I was collecting the complete seasons on DVD of like New Who now, and at this point, I don't particularly care if I get season 9 or season 10. Season 8 was the last one. What is the last one I've got so far? Maybe. Yeah, so I'm not particularly fussed on if I actually get season 9 and 10, which is a shame because I used to like season 9, especially like the Davros, like the first 2 episodes. Hellbent was really not good. Heaven Sent is probably one of the best fucking things that Stephen Moffat has actually done after the 50th anniversary. But yeah, right, what's Garbage saying now? I love Doctor Who as a brand, as a franchise, as escapism. I am watching random classics. Love most of New Who too. The last 2 seasons have been god awful. Yes, they have. There have been some good bits here and there. What of like the last 2 seasons, or like just in general? But I do prefer season 11 to season 12, even though I have seen all of season 11, but not all of season 12, and I don't fucking plan to watch it either. The visuals have been very good. The sound has been awful. Yes, bring back Murray Gold, but I know for a fact they won't. The main character has been awful. Yes. Like I said in the reaction, she's been completely deluded. The writers from Hollyoaks, I've never seen Hollyoaks. Don't particularly want to. And obscure one-off programs have been nothing less than a disgrace. Nerdaholics, holy fucking shit. Hail, Nerdaholics. Hail, Sean. Hail, I'm forgetting what the other one's name is. There's like 4 of you now. There's Harry, there's Sean. I forget. I haven't watched your videos in a while. So yeah, I'm sorry. The Davros 2-parter was superb for me. I do like that Davros 2-parter. I know many people don't. I know most people don't like. Yeah, Jack, that was the one. Sorry. It's been a while since I've watched you guys Noel at the TARDIS Zone, Daniel, you, Blue Bonnet. I haven't watched in a while. I watched the script doctors from Mr. Hyde today. So yeah, I've kind of pushed myself away from the whole Doctor Who community. Yes, he hasn't been on the channel before. I don't even think he was on the Geek Union channel either. I'm sweating like a bitch as well. Lol, it's cool, mate. It's been a while since we actually did anything anyway. I know YouTube is a hobby, but you don't particularly want to do so much of it because the passion just goes away. On the Geek Union channel, we were doing reactions. my passion for editing and doing them kind of like faded away. We started to do live streams, then the channel got taken down by him. But we had a family dispute. It's a dispute. But yeah. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? There is another video that I would like to show. I might as well do it now because I really want a cigarette. So yeah, I'm gonna show it now. Hopefully this what was I say? Way to air out the dirty laundry, you bastard. Yes. Okay, when it stops being fun, it's good to take. Yes, that's why I don't really do much on YouTube much now. Like I said, sometime in the stream, I did a Star Wars live stream like 5 months ago or whatever. Yeah, that was fun. Just turned the light on because yes, and let there be light. Right, so I'm gonna show this video. Some people may have seen it already. Some people may not have. But it's a Doctor Who tribute that we did on the Geek Union channel. Yeah, so let's just show this.
I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
And as you can see there, the old Geek Union icon.
I don't even know your name.
Smith. Dr. John Smith.
I'm not a doctor. I am the doctor.
And that is
the
a
original.
couple. There you go. There's one
So,
Digger Chibnall's
all of
shit.
time and space, everything
Hashtag Hartnell first.
Will. Where do you want to start?
The first time they tell you that the world's turning and you just can't quite believe it because everything looks like it's standing still. I can feel it.
Sort of got a song of my own, thanks.
I think your song must end soon.
Doctor, you're being childish.
Well, of course I am. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Your eyes, you're so much younger.
Then, all things considered, the time I grew up.
I know this, Dr. Donner. You will never be forgotten. Our children will sing of the Dr. Donner.
If the doctor never visited us, never chosen this place on a whim, would anyone here have died?
Sometimes the doctor must look at this planet and turn away in shame.
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!
The whole of history could change. The future of the human race. No one should have that much power.
I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand.
This song is ending, but the story never ends. I see into your soul, Doctor. I see hatred.
Was it you, Carr? Did you kill Donna?
The entire Dalek race wiped out in 1 second.
I watched it happen.
I made it happen! I am the Doctor, and you are the darkness.
For a long time now, I thought I was just a survivor, but I'm not. I'm a winner.
I saw the birth of the universe, and I watched as time ran out. If you're sitting up there in your silly little spaceship with all your silly little guns, just remember who's standing in your way. Remember every black day I ever stopped you. I know things, secrets that must never be told, knowledge that must never be spoken.
Tiny Pond, there's something you better understand about me because it's important. And one day, your life may depend on it. I am definitely a madman with a box.
Don't forget me.
Don't you forget me.
Where to now, Ace?
Home. TARDIS.
Yes, the TARDIS.
Bye, Doctor. Until the next time.
Don't forget me,
No one's ever going to forget.
think about it, we are all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good, you've got to keep moving, so long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
Even if I change, it feels like dying. Everything I am dies. Some new man goes sauntering away. And I'm dead.
I mean, do you call this a war, this funny little thing? This is not a war. I fought in a bigger war than you will ever know. I did worse things than you could ever imagine. And when I close my eyes, I hear more screams than anyone could ever be able to count. And you say this: no one else will ever have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch.
My planet's gone.
I'm not just a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords.
Gallifrey falls no more.
Tell them I'm back. Tell them I came the long way around.
What visions would have convinced you to open the rift?
The right kind of doctor.
You may be a doctor, but I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
Master, if the Doctor never existed, what chaos there would be across the stars.
I'm the doctor, and I save people. And if anyone happens to be listening, and you've got any kind of a problem with that, to hell with you!
The man who makes people better has sanctimonious as that. That's the end. The balloon has been prepared for.
Fire and ice and rage. He's like the night and the storm in the heart of the sun.
I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and above all, it's kind. It's just that. Just kind.
The Doctor, the man who keeps running, never looking back because he dare not put to shame.
I'm alive.
Life isn't sad.
It's sad when it's over.
Get out of the way.
Why don't you finish the job and make the Daleks extinct? Rid the universe of your filth. Why don't you just die?
Choosing to go on the run from your own people in a rattly old TARDIS.
Why not? After all, that's how it all started.
You would make a good Dalek.
If someone who knew the future pointed out a child to you and told you that that child would grow up totally evil, to be a ruthless dictator who would destroy millions of lives, could you then kill that child?
Great men are forged in fire. It is the privilege of lesser men to light the flame. What are you, coward or killer?
Coward. Any day.
I just wanted to say hello. Hello, Doctor.
I will always remember. When the Doctor was me.
So yes, no, Paul, you haven't missed the stream. Even though that would have been an awesome way to end the stream off. But no, I really needed a cigarette, and I don't particularly want to smoke on the live stream. So yeah, but you can go back and obviously watch the fucking stream again. But yeah, did you guys notice one thing? No fucking Jodie Whittaker, Shittiker, whatever you want to fucking call her, was in that in that tribute. Yes. The whole, like, the second half of the tribute, when like rewatching it back after creating it, obviously, it always made me emotional, simply because of the whole Matt Smith line of saying, what the fuck was it? We are all different people for our lives, and it shows all the doctors, apart from Capaldi, because he wasn't cast at that point. I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point, Garbage. Not Jodie. Well, she isn't the doctor, that's why. Yes, and there was a couple of digs in there with the tribute at Chibnall's Doctor Who. There was the whole that saying, like, starting out, and then it shows William Hartnell and obviously David Bradley. Where was I going with this? Yeah, there was a couple of digs. There was obviously Hartnell first, hashtag Hartnell first, and there was the whole thing about Whittaker leaving that old dude to die in the Tick Box Children episode, or the Timeless Fuckwits, as I called them. What was I saying? Yeah, and then obviously showing David Tennant's Doctor, obviously saving Wilf, and the whole thing about unlimited regenerations now, it's fucking ridiculous. Right, let's go through these comments, because I didn't actually show any of the comments through the actual tribute. I don't particularly know why, but yeah. It's okay, Paul. Sometimes I am late on, like, your streams while watching them, or sometimes I usually watch the playback when my girlfriend is actually asleep. Yeah. Definitely one of the best videos the Geek Union ever did. It is actually on Leland's channel, I believe. So I might upload it to this channel. I generally don't fucking know. If you guys want me to upload it, then leave comments. If you guys want to upload it to your channel, you're very welcome. Obviously, say, like, created by, like, Geek Union or something. Yes, the whole fucking tribute is fucking awesome. I don't know if you got it from I don't know if you got the feckin' from, like, Mrs. Brown's Boys, or if you, like, trying to get away with the whole, like, not swearing thing. I'm pretty sure I've sworn on this channel, like, on the stream, so you can swear in the chat. I don't know if it'll actually come through, because I know, like, some words, like, StreamYard don't actually like. So yeah. I'm not crying, you're crying. It is definitely an emotional tribute. Definitely after the whole the Tick Box Children episode, you got to bring back some sort of love and respect to the show that BBC quite clearly aren't giving it. Yes, it does. It did get better with the whole, like, second half, like, starting off with Matt Smith saying, "No, we are all different people all through our lives," and all that. Man, they missed a trick with Tennant's Time Lord Victorious thing. What do you mean by that? I'm slightly confused. Like, yeah, leave a comment. This is actually making me nostalgic and a little sad for times past. Yes, like I said, like numerous times already, when creating that tribute and watching it back after creating it, even though I knew for a fact what was coming up, it still was emotional. I did actually put like a tweet out a few months ago. It was of the whole like TARDIS is flying in to save Gallifrey for the 50th anniversary episode, saying, "Oh yeah, this always used to make me emotional, and now I feel absolutely nothing." Thanks BBC. Hashtag defund the BBC. Hartnell first. Well, Hartnell the first, the original. That's not going to fucking change. Hashtag Hartnell first, definitely. Hartnell always. Sexy TARDIS. Wasn't the TARDIS called fucking sexy or some shit? Yeah. And fucking amazing. Thank you, Sean. I'm pretty sure Sean is like watching this. Yeah, thanks. Ooh, Sadako is in the chat now. It's going too fast. Garbage saying Matt Smith, my doctor. Matt Smith is actually my least favorite of the New Who, apart from the fucking obvious. Tennant was my doctor. For all of you that have like just now joined the stream, I pretty much said that my love for the show is pretty much gone, apart from the spin-offs, because I'm currently watching Sarah Jane Adventures, and I don't feel like the tick box children, the timeless fuckwits, the timeless abomination doesn't exist in my head canon fucking episode. Yeah, I don't think that episode has destroyed my love for the spin-off. Well, at least Sarah Jane. I'm not so sure about Torchwood because I haven't rewatched Torchwood like since seeing the timeless fuckwits tick box children episode. No, Leland, no. But guys, Jodie is the best doctor. Don't let society change your mind. Jodie Whittaker can go and fuck herself. I'm sorry, Paul. I know that you think that Jodie, it wasn't all on her. She did have some good moments. I did like one particular part in like the Timeless Children, I think, when she was getting pissed off at Sasha Dewan's master and she pushed him down. That I liked because she actually showed some sort of emotion, not the, was it like Daniel says, the constipate scrunch face or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, you're learning from me. when I need to go poop, grab a bite to eat, get drink, or in my case, smoke. Just something to put on. Yeah, I mean, it's something different. Like the Star Wars stream, I just talked pretty much straight through for like 2 hours or something. My mouth was dry as fuck. Yeah, so I figured I like include like some videos in this. I don't have any more videos, which is kind of a shame, and it's only like 45 minutes into the stream now. I could probably go for about an hour, maybe. If someone in the chat actually wants to come on, they're very welcome to. I don't have any else to say. I'm just currently go from comments now. Sadako, I'm sorry I'm late. It's fine. Like I said to Paul, you can go and start from the beginning when the stream is actually over to see the whole thing if you want to. You don't have to, of course. But yeah, I was doing a watch along. Was that with TARDIS Zone? Was that with Noel? Because I'm pretty sure he's doing a watch along tonight of Kill Hitler, is it? I think. Yeah. Are you still able to watch New Who? I haven't watched New Who since I don't know when the last time I watched it, but it was like during like a rewatch of David Tennant's episodes. I couldn't get through one of my favorite episodes, which was like the Waters of Mars. So I generally don't know. I still got the DVDs. I don't think I will be selling them. I don't particularly want to sell them because of the amount of money I fucking pay for them, which actually isn't that fucking much. Get shit from eBay, and preferably like pre-owned is usually the way to go. Fun facts: we actually did this. This is on about the Doctor Who tribute that was just shown. Fun fact: we did the second part first. We got bored by the time we did the first part, hence why the first part isn't all that good. Yeah, because we didn't have a particular like story through the first part, but like through the second part, we kind of wanted to sort of tell the Doctor's life through, like that fucking Dalek said, you would make a good Dalek and all that sort of shit. And all the parts that were in the second part, I knew, like, I had already like written down notes of like, oh yeah, I want that particular scene with that voiceover. And for the first part, that's why it's kind of messy, because we had no fucking idea what clips are going to be used, what like voiceovers and all the sort of shit. There was obviously like the Torchwood and the Sarah Jane clips in there as well. But yeah, I don't think it turned out all that bad, but I do prefer the second half when like Matt Smith talks and says, oh yeah, we're all different people. Yeah, like that part. You can definitely tell which part is like the first part and the second part because of like how it's kind of edited between the parts, and it obviously has different songs. But yeah. All right, this is what I was confused about. At the end of Waters and Mars, where it looks like David Tennant where Tennant could be going a bit insane, but then, that is really disappointing with that, because I did feel like they like missed something. Like, I don't know how the Timeless fucking children, the Time Lord Victorious thing is doing, like the audios. I don't follow that sort of shit. Because audios has never been my particular thing. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed about the whole like Time Lord Victorious thing and how they didn't like sort of capitalize on that in the End of Time episode or two-parter. I mean, they didn't even show it in the 50th anniversary when obviously Tennant shows up, and it's based between Wars of Mars and the End of Time. But yeah, Sudoku. Fuck you, Paul. This is you. Sadako, says Matt Smith is my favorite New Who Doctor, but by God, did he have some terrible scripts. Just to watch along with. So it was on Noel's channel. I mean, I do respect Matt Smith. And yeah, some of his scripts weren't all that great. I do prefer season 6 to season 5, but that's just my thing. I don't particularly like the finale. I do think it's kind of all over the place. Sorry, Paul, I know you like that finale. But yeah, nothing can improve Torchwood. I mean, we all have our opinions. I do think Torchwood is kind of like a thing of its own. I don't really think of Torchwood like as Doctor Who that much, simply because the Doctor never shows up in it, whereas he does show up in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Spoilers, girlfriend. Yeah. But series 3 of Torchwood is by far my favorite. Children of Earth. I like how dark it is. Garbage, yes, that's what I mean. That was the one scene she gets angry at the master. That was good, but that was it. Nothing more. Yeah, the scene where on the Tick Box Children episode. Thanks, Garbage, for getting me to call it that by that. Yeah, that was the only part of the Tick Box Children that was actually decent. Was when she actually showed emotion, and like Daniel says, not the constipated scrunch face, whatever it is. My girlfriend. Hey, babe. We're watching. I don't know if you're still watching now, but we're watching season 2 of Sarah Jane tonight. I don't care. Yeah, with no that episode. Yes. I'm not overly keen on the Let's Kill Hitler episode. Like, it's okay, but yeah, I'd be happy to come on if you'd have me. Yeah, you're very welcome to come on. I'll hopefully post a link now. I'll post a link in the chat so you guys can, if any of you want to come on, you're very welcome to. Yes, hopefully I can post it in the chat. I think that's the link. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the link. I got it from message on Twitter. Keep them, and I'll see if you can return to watching them. Yes, I'll definitely be keeping my Doctor Who DVDs. Like I said, I don't think my love for the show will ever come back. But if it does, then at least I still have the DVDs, and I haven't sold them on or binned them or anything. And Sadiko is here. Hello, Sadiko. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while since we've actually talked to each other.
Yeah, I think we talked last on Paul's channel, wasn't it?
Yes, I don't remember when about that actually was, because I don't think you were in the chat when I actually said this. But I've kind of stayed away from the Doctor Who community because my love for the show is kind of gone. So I do still watch Nerd Erotic sometimes if he posts a Doctor Who video or something.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
I mean, as someone who runs a forum, I feel like the show's kind of the fandom is just not, spark's gone.
Yeah, and you can blame fucking Chibnall for that, and the BBC, of course.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So, how is your forum doing? I haven't actually been on it in quite a long time, actually.
It has peaks and troughs, if you know what I mean. There's times when it's active, and then there's times when it can be dead for months.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going through these comments.
Right.
Here's a comment from you. Yes, I've already said that one. Yes, get Paul on, for fuck's sake. If Paul wants to come on, he's very welcome to. The link is in the chat. My girlfriend sending me a virtual hug. Thank you.
Hello, his girlfriend.
Another message from you, Sadiko. I don't follow the audios like I used to. I missed the whole Tamworth Victoria stuff. Yeah, I've never been into the audios. I'm more of a visual type person.
All right. I mean, see, I'm more of a classic series fan, so I tend to be the audios are kind of they're the continuation of the classic Doctor. I suppose I'm more inclined to go with them. But by the time the Tamworth Town of Victorious happened, like I didn't have like the means to listen to the audios anymore.
Yeah,
like I used to like go with a Walkman or something and walk on the beach or something and listen to the because I know it was kind of a nice experience, to kind of imagining myself in a story.
Yeah, I mean that is one good thing about like books and audios and all that, and what visual kind of takes away is like using your imagination.
Indeed, yeah.
Which I'm guessing I'm pretty crap at because I don't like reading books and I don't like audiobooks. So
really, I thought maybe you might have been a. I got the impression you were a bit of a Tolkienist.
I like the Lord of the Rings movie, but I just think they're way too long.
Oh right, okay.
But apart from that, like I think I've read like one whole book in my entire life, and that was like the third Harry Potter movie book. And obviously I used to like read like the R.L. Stein Goosebumps books back in the day.
Remember Point Horror?
No, I don't.
Because R.L. Stein wrote a few of them. Like he wrote the series called The Babysitter, which was about this babysitter. Well, but basically,
kind of no shit.
She gets this job in this suburban house just to mind this baby, and she keeps getting harassed by phone calls, and it causes her to have a breakdown, and then that continues in the next several books because, like, she's still got demons from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to love the.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where was I with the comments? Nerdaholics. Talking about the timeless. I keep getting mixed up with Time Lord Victorious and timeless fucking
tick box.
Yeah, the tick box children or the timeless fuckwits or whatever. Yeah, the closest to the Valiard that we got is with that Wars and Martyrs bit. Yeah, so with Classic Who, I don't know if like who was in the chat when I was talking about Classic Who. Because of my love for the show kind of going away, I haven't continued on with Classic Who. I think I'm on like Tom Baker's second season. Yeah, like I said, if I end up going back to it, I go back to it. If not, then at least I still got like DVDs and all that sort of stuff in my depository.
Right. The Valiard's kind of much later on than.
Yeah, was it like Sixth Doctor? Is it?
Yeah, it's Sixth
yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah, like I do know of like the Valiard and all that sort of stuff, but when it comes to like minor plot points, let's say, I don't know like jack shit about it.
Fair enough.
But like the Valiard is like one of like the Valiard is still spoken about to this day, so it's kind of like a big let's say plot point character for the show.
Well, see, the thing is, I always got the impression the Valiard was probably not going to happen because he's like a future Doctor, but I got the sense he probably wasn't going to happen because of the way events on Gallifrey changed because of the Time War. But like they,
I mean, it can always still happen, but it's just like a flip of the coin type of thing.
Yeah,
like someone was doing like a video. I think it might have been Nerdaholics, I think, or someone else saying about like the Valiard like returning or something. Like it could have been like a good twist or some shit. I don't know whose video it was because it was quite a while ago since I saw the video. So yeah. How dare you say the Torchwood was a bit of a failed show? Like I do kind of agree with you. It's not never going to be as popular as like the main show, and I didn't ever expect it was going to be. But yeah, I do feel like it went on for a bit too long.
Yeah. Well, I'd agree with that. I mean, I struggled with I didn't actually make it past the first 2 episodes of Miracle Day because I mean, like Children of Earth was a good finish. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah.
And it felt like with Miracle Day they were trying to undo that finish, and it just seemed to take the bulk of the story. And I just gave up in the end.
I think the only thing that I actually like about Miracle Day is the whole concept, like no one dying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I like about Miracle Day. But yeah, like you said, I do like the whole like Children of Earth being like the end of the show.
Yeah.
Like it's been a while since I've seen Miracle Day, and yeah, you know. Talking about like Children of Earth and all that. Ludaholic says Children of Earth was amazing, but didn't really like other seasons, which is fair. Like, I do like the whole the mini series like arc that they had. I don't think it's going to work with Chibnall's Doctor Who for Series 13, but you never know. Because like one person, well, not one person, but if the first episode doesn't do good, then the whole season is not going to do good. So I don't think he's going to be able to pull in the people for the whole 6 episodes or whatever the hell it is.
I think it's 6 episodes, and then it's a 2-part special after that, the following year or something. So they're trying to stretch it out, like so that it's.
I thought it was in 3 specials.
Oh yeah, 3 specials.
One in spring. No, was this 3 or 4?
I think
there's one in spring, one in New Year's Day, and one in the BBC fucking celebration for 100 years, whatever the hell it is.
Centenary. I think it's I think it's 3 specials they've got lined up. I don't know.
Who cares? I'm actually really envious of you.
Yeah, the last story I'd seen was Orphan 55, and I just that was like pain. And then I heard, like, I kind of heard there were rumors of what was coming in the Timeless Children, so I
He's like, no, fuck that shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like, I did a review on the Old Geek Union channel of the Ascension of the Cybermen, I think it was called, like the episode before the finale.
Yeah.
I got like a few likes and shit on that. But when it came to the Timeless Children, I was like, I was setting everything up to do a video. I was like, do I really want to do a video on this? And I was like, no. Anyway, we have Paul in the chat. Hello. In the chat. Oh no, in the stream. Hello, Paul.
How are you doing, old buddy?
I'm doing good, Arnold.
Going to talk to you about something very important.
What is that?
Doctor Who's sucking?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, man? How are you?
It's going good. I figured I'd do a stream because it's my birthday tomorrow. I wanted to get everything off my chest about this like dumpster fire of a show. And I don't know if I've said it while you were in the stream, but because of the whole Timeless Children and all that sort of shit, and my love for the show kind of going away, I've forgotten where I was going with this. Yeah, I've kind of stepped away from the whole Doctor Who community. Like, I still watch your videos when you actually do like Doctor Who videos. Like, yeah, it's my love for the show is completely gone. But like I said, if my love for the show ever does come back, I still got DVDs and all that sort of shit with the show. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like him, I know obviously Sadako, like I do as well. I mean, you've kind of spared yourself modern Doctor Who, haven't you, buddy? You kind of stayed. You sort of ended with Logopolis, right? Like, that was it. You spared yourself any of the 21st century.
Not quite. I did watch the RTD era at the time, and grumbled through a lot of it. Then Moffat came along, and I thought, yeah, finally there's some hope. And then that started to go a bit skewy.
Do you know what? I gotta call you guys out there a little bit on something. Like, come on, Let's Kill Hitler is awesome.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, season 6. Like, it's funny, guys, because I've kind of got to a place with Doctor Who now where I'm currently on a bit of a Hartnell kick. And I was actually excited by the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine because it did have Hartnell on the cover, which I thought was a nice kind of middle finger to Chibs, because who's the one Doctor he undermined more than any other? William Hartnell, who's on the front cover of Doctor Who magazine when Chibnall's writing his big, like, this is why I'm leaving, this is the reason I'm going column. Oh, William Hartnell's there, front cover. So I'm on a bit of a Hartnell kick, so I thought that kind of fits in well with buying this issue. If for another reason, then it's about Hartnell and missing episodes. But then I don't find that my love of the old show and the new show really impacted that much these days now, because I just separate it. I go, look, this is not Doctor Who. This is anything but Doctor Who. It's just garbage, but it doesn't take away the last 50 plus years.
I mean, I think that's the difference between like you guys and me. Like, I didn't start watching Doctor Who with the classic. I obviously grew up in the new Who. So what I see now, I do still see as like Doctor Who, because it is like, I know people don't like to say, oh yeah, this is Doctor Who, this is like Doctor Who gives a shit. But because I grew up on New Who, I do still see this as Doctor Who, because it is a continuation from Capaldi to Shitika.
You guys have had it rough, man. Like, the newer fans have probably had it the worst. For me and, like, you know, old hardened fans like Sadako here, it maybe we got enough in the back catalogue to rest on anyway over the last several decades. But you new fans, you were just you hadn't even really begun. I mean, technically, by the transaction that kind of classic Doctor Who took, we should kind of be in Tom Baker era right now, like season 13, you know, season 14 territory. That's Tom Baker right now. This should be, for you fans, the new generation of fans, this should be your Philip Hinchcliffe, Graham Williams era, but it's not. It's anything but. You've just gone straight to the JNT years, but worse.
Oh yeah, definitely worse than fucking JNT.
Yeah, man.
Like, Chibnall has completely destroyed my love for the show. Like I said, the spin-offs, they're kind of different because I don't really see them as Doctor Who that much. Like I said, I'm currently going through the Sarah Jane Adventures and trying to get my girlfriend into that. I'm trying to keep my girlfriend away from the whole, like, Doctor Who wokeness and all that sort of crap. Go on, Sadako.
I mean, is your girlfriend like likely to be into woke stuff or not?
If I don't tell her that it's woke, then probably yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
So it's kind of like my brother. Like, he likes shows like Gotham and Flash and The Flash and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, watching you, Paul, I know that stuff has gone downhill now. I won't tell him that, oh yeah, this is fucking trash, because he likes the show and I want him to come to his own thing by himself. But I don't ever see him, like, because he doesn't follow like the Fandom Menace and like all of us do, and like Leland does. Well, I wouldn't say that much now, but yeah.
That's true love right there. Your missus is like, thanks, babe, love you too. There you go. That's true love. He's keeping you away from the woke shit. There you go. you see, my missus, Becky doesn't. She guess where she actually is tonight. She's actually in Manchester doing Pride, so she's mixing with the wokies, and I'm like, do you want me to come? She's like, hell no. You can't.
Oh God, no.
Like, you definitely can't. I should. What are you kidding me? I don't want you anywhere near something like this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair enough. Apparently, one of them had seen one of my videos and absolutely had like a freaking meltdown.
So it's not just a case you can just lean against a float and you're fine.
No, not at all, man, not at all. But it's
which video had they seen?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was.
I think it was the Lucy Lawless one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, because Lucy's like this gay icon, so you trash her. I mean, I have been told that there's another an ex-friend of mine now who actually did put Xena conventions together. And I was like, look, I'm a big Hercules and Xena fan. Why can't I go to this? And she goes, Paul, people know who you are. Because they've seen you post on Xena and Hercules forums, and they've seen you trashing Lucy, and if you come here, you will be lynched. I was like, okay, I'll just stay at home then and just watch proper, like, legitimate television then that isn't woke. Because Xena, in some ways, was the beginning of the woke shit. Like, you look back at it now, there's a lot of wokeness in there that I think Chibnall consciously or subconsciously was in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talk about Hercules. Talk about Hercules. I was actually watching, continuing watching Hercules the other night with my missus because she likes Hercules. I was like, oh yeah, what do you want to watch? You want to watch Hercules or? And she's like, yeah, let's watch Hercules. I was like, okay, let's watch a couple of episodes of Hercules. I ended up falling asleep.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny, guys? The way to get out of all this bad stuff, and I've kind of, without bringing politics onto this, I've just been in a bad mood about this whole Afghanistan business and stuff and just the modern world getting to you. So what I find is stay away from modern shit. Just don't watch it. After I'd seen Rise of Skywalker recently, I was like, I ain't going near any more modern cinema, modern TV shows. So I just go back into the past and I watch old classic Doctor Who, William Hartnell at the moment, or Knight Rider episodes or Hercules episodes. And it makes such a difference. It's just 45 minutes to an hour of just like relief. And it's like, wow, you just forget all the bad shit that's out there when you're back in the 90s or the 80s. And in fact, it's not even that. You're just watching good content. And it has an impact on your conscience and your subconscious. And it's good for you. It's good for the soul, really.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Holy shit. That's not a good thing for the stream, is it?
No, it happens to me all the time. You always kind of you try and go down one road and then okay, I've lost the thread now. What was I talking about?
Yeah, that's what it was. I know the reason why you watch Rise of Skywalker, Paul, but why? Like, why? Why put yourself through that?
Did you see the video?
I did. I did see the video, but like, why put yourself through that? I know you're getting it for free.
Man, I just, it's, and actually what's really funny, I can bring this to Doctor Who a little bit. I was actually considering, Sadako, Evolution of the Geek, you'll crucify me for this. I was thinking maybe I will give Series 13 a shot, even if just the first episode, I'll give it a shot. Maybe they've learnt their lesson. Maybe Chibnall's going to pull something out of the hat. You never know. And then I did watch Rise of Skywalker because of what I said in the video. But for those that might not have seen it, I was saying about how, first of all, I'm not paying for it. It's on Becky's account. So it's not like I'm not going to be losing anything by seeing it. Financially, I'm not paying for it. Alex, Contemplative Nerd, had said it's not a bad film. So kind of on his recommendation, I checked it out. So he's to blame for this. So thanks, dude. Fuck you. And I wasted like 2 hours of my life, but then it kind of reminded me of why modern film and TV sucks. And I was like, okay, so it's a good thing to have watched because it saved me putting myself through it for 6 weeks running of Doctor Who. And it reminded me of the state of modern pop culture. So every so often, it's actually worth watching one of these pieces of shit to remind yourselves, oh yeah, it hasn't changed and it's not going to change anytime soon. But then again, I've got a question for you two, because I'm kind of curious to know what you think. P.S. Wanger this week at the Edinburgh television event festival up in Scotland said that Doctor Who radical changes are coming. Like they're going to see how Doctor Who fits into the climate of television going forward. Optimistic about that, lads, or just like no, nothing? Like it's not going to drag you in.
Don't really carry the way. Sorry.
I'm with Sadako right there. It's like, I don't think the BBC are ever going to fucking learn their lesson with the whole like cancelling of licenses and all that sort of shit. I don't think the BBC are ever going to learn. They could go bankrupt. I don't particularly fucking care at this point, which is kind of a shame because like 10 years ago I would like defund fucking not defund, but
yeah, you was all for the BBC.
Yeah, I was all for the BBC. Yeah,
no man. I mean, if they give you good content, then it's very easy to get behind them as an organization. It's a very simple thing. How they could have lost their way is a mystery, because you give the people good content, then the people will defend you and support you. You give them shit, then they will just turn against you. And someone like Doctor Who is a very valuable property because it's got fans that span generation after generation after generation. You don't want to piss off that fan base. Yeah, you're not always going to get it right. Like, I love the Moffat era. You guys bit up and down with it. But overall, we can still say it was Doctor Who and we liked it. Yeah. But they've ostracized the fans now to such a point that I don't know any true fan that's going to watch this series coming up and is even optimistic about. In fact, there's one fan I know who is optimistic about all this, and I saw his video, Noel on TARDIS Zone. I don't know, did you guys see one of his videos he did where he was talking about how the BBC have put in this out to the new showrunner to say, it's like a memo, that you're here to make Doctor Who, not to make a modern or include modern trends. You're just here to make Doctor Who, and that's what you should be doing. If he's right about that, then that's a sign that maybe
that is a big change.
Yeah,
that if he is right about that. But with the whole like hashtag Sheen for 14, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm sorry, but people can believe what they want, but I don't see that ever fucking happening. I don't think like maybe a white male will fucking take the reins again, but not for a fair few fucking years. Like, until like, what was it, 2027 or something? They're saying that Boris is gonna fucking like defund the BBC. Was it like 2027 until like they go into fucking Parliament or the House of Lords or whatever the hell it is and say, oh yeah, we need the license to fucking stay alive. Like, who gives a shit at this point? But so yeah, I don't think the BBC are going to learn their lesson until it's way too late, personally. But I mean, Noel has said a few things that have come true, so who fucking knows?
Well, actually, I wanted to, as a kind of a fan who's more of the new series. I mean, at what point? Because to a degree, New Who has always been a bit partisan, a bit leftist, hasn't it? I mean, Russell T Davies was very leftist, wasn't he? Would you say?
Yes, but unless you're like completely blind to it, like I was, and I wouldn't have like noticed any of like that sort of shit.
So, I mean, so where would you say the turning point was where it went too far?
Like for me, like knowing like where it would, well, like I gave season 11 a chance. I didn't know where the fuck it was going. I knew the show was like definitely on the downward trend with the whole like wokeness sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I did decide to give it a chance. I've never liked Chris Chibnall's writing, so I'm quite surprised I actually fucking stuck through it. But where I actually properly saw it, but was still somewhat blind, was like season 9 finale. When the general was like, "Oh yeah, I'm back to normal. How did you ever cope with that fucking male ego or whatever the hell it was?"
You know,
that's where I like started to see like okay, shit is not looking normal here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like the thing about that scene is like the general. If you remember Day of the Doctor, like the general was a very humble character. He was like, he was saying like, the moment, if we use the moment, it's going to cast judgment on us for our sins. So he was a humble character. So the idea that suddenly he's supposed to represent male ego was just ridiculous. It was just a kind of It was, it was propaganda rather than anything to do with the character.
Yeah, and like I know people are like more pissed off with the whole how did you cope with that male ego or whatever the hell the fucking line was. But the line that pissed me off was, I'm back to normal. And that's when she like turns into a black woman. I was like, no, you're not back to normal. There's nothing normal about being a black woman or a white woman or fucking black man, white man, fucking LGBTQIFJ fucking person. Like the show has just gone so completely fucking like it's.
I think Moffat tried to keep a lid on it, but and I think that's why in some ways it worked for the BBC to have Chibnall, because he's just easy to kick around. I think Moffat did his best. Like you look at Series 10's pretty bad as well for that kind of shit, but in Moffat's episodes it's minimal. Like you look at Thin Ice, that's an appalling episode, but when Moffat did the opener, okay, yeah, you've got Bill Potts there, but it's not a bad opener really, and it's not Moffat's best, but it's not his worst. And then the Monk trilogy is really, really good. And there's a lid on it there for the most part. There's a couple of Trump references here and there, but whatever, big surprise. Moffat's got TDS. Or every fucking person in showbiz has got TDS, Trump Disarrangement Syndrome. They've all got it. So I'm not surprised to see that there. But I think, yeah, like you guys said, when the general bit was thrown in at Series 9, you think, okay, what is going on with this? But then when Chibs came in, it was a hiring where the BBC were like, this is a guy we can easily, like, he will just do what we tell him to do. And he's also, Chibs has got like young kids who are into all this crap anyway. So it was easy to manipulate. I think that was already in his subconscious. And I think when he said, I want to do a female doctor, the BBC was like, oh my God, he wants to do a female doctor. We only like females. We don't like men anyway. This is perfect. It was a match made in heaven. Chibnall and the BBC. You kidding me? It was great. He was very easy to manipulate. I think under another time, Chibnall, who knows, might have worked out better. But because these are exceptional, crazy times, it was always Chibnall and the BBC was it was a match made in heaven for them, but a nightmare for the rest of us.
Well, the thing is, this is the thing. I think that into this woke propaganda, they know how to tap into parental anxieties about. Yeah. I've got to show my daughter empowered female characters, if otherwise I'm a failure as a parent. That's kind of how they. Because I've spoken to I've spoken to people who say that. They say like, I want my daughter to watch this.
I can start to talk, guys. I can tell you this actually, that I've never said on my channel, because I've always been a bit scared, like, oh, could anyone be watching? But a few weeks ago now, I had to sit in an actual it was a day of training, pretty much 2 days of training about diversity. And I'm thinking, fuck, if that is what is happening in my little world, my little job, what is happening on an even bigger scale? Like, and I'm just in retail, but it's like, I'm thinking, my God, if that's what's happening in the retail world, like, take this to the world of entertainment, pop culture, music, the world of politics. It's like the more higher up it goes, the worse it gets. It's happening all over the place. And then what's funny is, I spoke to the woman who was doing the training to us at the end of it, and she turns around and she goes, yeah, I don't actually believe all this, Paul. I'm just doing it, to earn a living. I'm like, fuck, but that's what, like, most people don't believe this crap, but they're doing it because they want to pay their bills. They got families to feed, but they don't believe it any more than we do.
Like, that just makes me wonder, like how many people at the BBC actually believe this crap.
Well, Belstrek has something he always has said, which is that not everyone at the BBC can be a woke moron. And I think there are people there that want to try and steer it away now, Doctor Who, from all this, and they want to maybe try and get it back, because they know that this is a very profitable franchise, and when done right, it can make the BBC a fortune when done right. So there's got to be someone there counting the beans going, right, we aren't making money now on the magazine. We aren't making money on pretty much anything Doctor Who related these days. Yeah, Big Finish, by the way. You also included in that. Hi, Nick. How you doing? You're right, Nick Briggs. You're out there. So you know, like they're losing money all over the place. So someone's got to be there saying, look. And Tim Davie, the director general of the BBC, he used to be part of BBC Worldwide, so he knows how much money Doctor Who could make when it, you know, and how much money it did make. So he must be sitting there thinking, we got to steer this ship away from these crazy woke people, and if not, get rid of them, because you'll probably never get rid of all of them. Once the mindset is set, it's always there, right? But try and minimize their influence on certain areas, and Doctor Who could be one of those areas where you could maybe, you know, like send them over to EastEnders or something else, but keep them away from Doctor Who, really. But that's up for the BBC and the Director General to figure out how to do that.
I mean, I wonder if that's what Noel actually means with like Tim Davie or whatever the hell his name is. Like, because I'm pretty sure, like, isn't he like the fucking Director General of the whole BBC Worldwide or whatever the hell it is?
He used to work for Worldwide back in the 90s when they were making money off of Doctor Who videos, and then obviously became DVDs. And then he's now Director General. So he has said that he wants to make a BBC that's for everybody and not just of the left. So I think he's aware of it, but I think he's got his work cut out to try and turn this ship around. But I think Doctor Who will be the moment that makes or breaks him as a Director General, when we'll really see, okay, are you just talking the talk, or are you going to walk the walk? If you can fix Doctor Who, you can pretty much fix the BBC. Get it right, and maybe the BBC's fortunes will turn around. Get it wrong, and it just gets... Because look at like this, guys. It's no coincidence that Doctor Who pretty much implodes, becomes just a left-wing propaganda tool, and at the same time the BBC, all these things like defund the BBC starts up, because it just was like a snowball effect. Doctor Who fell, and then the others fell.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always been, I think the defund the BBC is like, there's always been people have been noticing the BBC bias for a while. I mean, even like, I mean, I don't know if even if you're not necessarily a fan of Tommy Robinson or whatever, because if you can see that there are programs where you can see there's just the bias there where it's trying to frame him in the worst light, and people are like, well, look, I don't agree with him necessarily, but I can see he's speaking some truth to what's going on, and the BBC is trying to pretend it's not, and they're trying to angle it this way. They're contriving the almost the pantomime conclusion of, you know, it's all going to work out. Wokeness works.
There is a comment that I would like to just put up there. He did 100% deserve better.
Yeah.
Like, he said he wanted to stay on for like 5 seasons, and he only did 3 because of the whole BBC thing.
Yes. Him and Moffat both deserve better, to be honest. I think Moffat's peak was Series 6 and Series 9, and I think he should have done more arcs like that, and I think he wanted to, but I think for season 10 he was told by the BBC, calm this the fuck down. Some people, most of them idiots, are saying, oh, it's too complicated, can't follow it. And it's like, so tone it down. Oh, and also as well, here's now something else we're going to put on your office table. What's this? The diversity and inclusion strategy. So now not only have you got to tone it down and make it simple for morons out there to understand, but you've also now got to include X amount of LGBTQ stuff, people of color, people of all the colors under the rainbow, you know, and it's like, he deserved better. I think that they all, Doctor Who deserves better from the BBC.
Yes, 100%. And just like Melina says there, I'm mostly bad for what they did to Capaldi. The Jodie stans are mad at me for saying it, and I don't care. This is a channel for anyone with any sort of opinions. Like, majority of people that actually come onto this channel are usually the same sort of people as me. Like, I don't like what Doctor Who has become. I hate the BBC. Just all the usual generic fandom menace sort of stuff that goes on in the internet and the fandoms and all that sort of shit.
They don't even use that hashtag now, do they? Though, the fandom menace. Wasn't there a Fallout or something? I I heard there was a bit of a fallout with some members of the Fandom Menace.
I don't know, but I know that there was the whole thing of Nerd Erotic and some fucking girl in the Fandom Menace. I think she's friends with like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. And
Yeah,
all that.
Jesse Milestone. Yeah,
yeah, that was
Yeah.
that she showed up at like his fan meet and
yeah.
like,
And
kicked off
Gary's
apparently
wife
a while.
said, Gary's wife says, "Get out, you go."
Yeah. So I know that that's probably might be one of the things that has something to do about the Fandom Menace, like kind of like not really disbanding, but the whole hashtag not being used as much now. It is just usually like the whole hashtag defund the BBC and hashtag Hartnell first and hashtag fucking RIP Doctor Who and all that. So yeah, be sure to use them hashtags when you talk about the show. Yeah. The diverse and inclusion BBC thing is actually real, freely available on the internet. Yeah, I did see. I forgot. I think it was like Bullstrek who did a video on it, saying that there was like an article or fucking some shit. But this is like back like last year, I think it was. And another thing I don't really agree with as well is like sending under the whole like complaints about episodes. Go on, Sergio.
I was going to, but I just couldn't put the words to it. So no. And the thing is, I joined the campaign a little bit, more because I know people who want the show to come back to form, and I said to them, well, I personally feel done with it, but I'd like you to have your show back, so I'll get behind the campaign for that. So I nearly, because they were saying, well, the hashtag is important, the complaint form is important, but I didn't bother the complaint form in the end. I just had a dead end with it.
Yeah, I never filled in a complaint form. I just ranted on fucking YouTube videos. Like I don't like because of, I think it was Noel that put up a video of like people's responses from like the BBC about the complaints, and they're just like generic, like, oh yes, I know some people don't like certain aspects of the show, but we have to cater to everyone. It's just the generic BBC complaint.
You know what though? You putting that you doing that YouTube video, man, might have like they know, like they might not know individually know me or individually know you, but collectively they see this stuff out there. Like if they don't click on the video, like it'll come across their radar. Like if you put in Doctor Who into YouTube, Balstrek's recent video is the first thing there, like the first thing that comes up. So they have to notice that. They have to, whether they notice individual channels or whether they would know Balstrek or you or me or Sadako by name, probably not, but they would at least see a video of a title that basically says fans pissed off.
Yeah.
See, I'm probably a nobody to them, even as Sadako.
Then again, I think all the fans are nobodies to them because, like Melina says somewhere here, the fans deserve better. Like they don't really give a fucking shit about us. As long as they're making their money through the license fee, they can fart in our mouths and expect us to fucking like it.
Yeah, but that's gonna change there soon. Like that will change. They can only hide behind that for so long. I reckon they'll get another 10 or so years out of the license fee. But this generation that's grown up now that only know YouTube and only know TikTok. Like YouTube's kind of old to this generation now. They're all about the TikToks, this and TikTok that. Like that's old to them. Podcasting's old to them. Things are moving so fast that eventually the BBC either catch up or that generation just say, "Fuck it, we're not. Why are we paying for this?" Because remember, they'll grow up to become politicians. They'll grow up to become directors, producers. They'll grow up to be people in the business. So they'll be kind of saying, "Well, hang on, why are we working with a system that when we were growing up we did? Why were we paying for this? Like, why are we?" It'll be hard for them to justify it. I think when they get older and work in the industry.
But the thing is, YouTube now is like I think YouTube's going to crack down hard on censorship these days because it already is. But I think a lot of channels are going to start getting taken down because they're just getting ridiculously censorious.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it is getting to a point where they're now. It seems to me that every time something happens, like I don't know, a terrorist attack or racism and stuff, it's like, well, how can we get ahead of this? How can we stop this? Oh, let's go on people. It's like they had that Plymouth shooting here in the UK. What was it, about 2 or 3 weeks ago now? And straight away, instead of look at the problem, which is mental health and usage of guns, people go, oh, well, there was stuff on his Facebook, there was stuff on his YouTube channel. This is why he shot these people. So crack down on the social media platforms. No, you take the argument isn't about social media or YouTube. It's about mental illness and access to firearms. That's the argument you need to have. But it becomes this big distraction to something else entirely, and it becomes about censorship. And all you end up doing is sorry, Seneca, go ahead.
See, I'm going to be a bit of an outlier here and say the thing is, some of these incel forums, they can, like, the rhetoric there is chilling. The rhetoric there is like it is an echo chamber of people just don't seem to care about anything but their own business. They don't care about the lives taken. Like, some of these people do venerate actual mass shooters. So I mean, it's if you've got mental health and you're interacting with people who have just that distorted view of the world, then that's not good. But I mean, I know what you mean. But I think, like, it's like, it's well, it is in a way like interacting with extremists who follow ISIS or whatever.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing, and like it's funny how it's easy for them to they could take down Leland's channel here, my channel, your channel, like that, but yet go after the channels that are really the ones that are peddling a lot of this hate as far as ISIS goes. I mean, there's been videos I learned out on YouTube somewhere of beheadings and stuff. You don't take them down. You don't vilify them to anywhere near the level that you would vilify us, I don't think.
I mean, we can all agree the world is fucked.
Yeah. That's it. That's why.
That's just the way to sum it up.
That's why TV is important to be good. That's why you need Doctor Who now to be that escapist route, because. And that's why people are so frustrated. Like I said earlier, if you're watching a good TV show like Hercules or something or whatever, and it makes you feel good and you're enjoying it with you and your girlfriend, that's the job of the show. That's the job of the writers, the producers, the studios, the actors, to make you escape from all that. But these days now, they just see it as their job. If Hercules was done today, first of all, they wouldn't cast Kevin Sorbo unless he was black. Or
don't put that thought in my head, Paul, please.
I couldn't. They did.
I hate remakes. I hate sequels. I hate fucking reboots today.
Yeah, they did the Dwayne The Rock Johnson played Hercules a few years ago, and they should have put Kevin as a cameo. And I was campaigning for that myself. I was like, put Kevin in as a cameo in that film. And the director of the Dwayne Rock Johnson Hercules film turned around and said, I would never have a Republican in my film. It's like, fuck's sake, everything has to come down to politics. Like, the audience would have loved to have seen Kevin Sorbo back, not as Hercules, but it could have been a thing where Dwayne's Hercules was maybe slaying a dragon or a hydra or something in a village, and then there's a whole battle sequence, and then at the end of the shot, this guy just is watching and he goes, I wouldn't do it like that. That's like how we did it.
I would have done better or something.
Yeah, that's like how we did it in my day, and then just like walks off camera. Like, that would have been awesome, but it all has to, they couldn't give the fans that because the director was like, no, he's a Republican and a Trump supporter. Oh, that's terrible, I guess, to some people.
Then again, it's a shame because Kevin Sorbo is actually a pretty decent actor.
Yeah, man, he's awesome. He's awesome, but like and what he does is he just does good films that feel good. I'm gonna say every single film he's done is brilliant since Hercules, but not every single film Hollywood do is brilliant. I mean, I'd rather watch a Kevin Sorbo film that's not that good than Rise of Skywalker. It's.
By the way, I was going to ask you, like, are you possibly going to do anything with your because I know you filmed the review and then you kind of took it. You're going to do something with that, possibly?
Nah, man. I got my points out. I think I don't think it warranted like a whole video on Rise of Skywalker, like a whole review. So I included it in the last video I uploaded on the channel when I was talking about what's his name again? Taika Waititi. I can never say that name. It's like that's a hell of a name. The new director, the new producer for the next shit show that will be Disney Star Wars. And I kind of talked in that video about Rise of Skywalker a bit, and I think that's enough Sadako really on it. I can't. It's the more you talk about it, I think the more it encourages them. Really, it's like it's shit. That's it. What else is there to say? It's like I don't even know, guys, if I can really be bothered. I don't know, Evolution, whether you're going to do a video or a series of videos when the new series of Doctor Who comes out, but it's almost like I can't even be bothered to watch. Like nothing against all these YouTubers that I like, but I don't even know if I can actually be bothered to take part in the show that will be watching the episodes, being angry by it, then watching Gary on Nerdotic, then watching No TARDIS Zone, and then maybe even do my own videos. I don't even know if I can be bothered with the whole circus of it. It's just like, just don't watch it, don't talk about it, because in some ways that's probably the best way. Just walk away from it, and then maybe they'll start thinking, oh shit, they're not even, because I think they like when people talk about them. I think they like getting trends on Twitter. They don't care. It's like, to them, it's like a win's a win. Any publicity is good publicity, but if you don't give them it, then you starve them of it, and then maybe eventually they'll learn, and they'll do something about it to fix not just Doctor Who, but Star Wars and Star Trek as well. Don't talk about it because they're trolling us, is what they're doing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in order for them to kind of listen to us, we need to get our voice out there. But I don't think, just want to listen to us. So, yeah, I know, Paul, you don't like The Mandalorian, but Melina Vader does. But then Disney obviously fired Gina Carano. If anyone hasn't actually seen my Star Wars live stream that I did like 5 months ago, go and check it out. I did talk about Gina Carano and everything that kind of happened there, and my thoughts on Star Wars just in general. Yeah, go and check it out, I guess.
I've always been tempted, guys. Like when I've been sitting at Becky's house and I've got the remote and I've got Disney Plus on there, I'm thinking, like, I see it. And I think, had I not seen Rise of Skywalker, I might have watched The Mandalorian. But then, like I said, it reminded me of, how shit modern TV is. And then knowing the whole, because I kind of jumped on the Gina Carano thing from the perspective of, hang on, why is she being fired? Oh, because she's a supporter of the former president of the US, or because she's got these opinions on COVID or whatever. It's like she shouldn't have been fired for that. Like that was the angle I came at it from because of her beliefs. But I didn't know her as the character she plays. I've never seen her acting. I mean, I looked up some stuff, and a lot of footage of her scantily dressed doing cage fighting turned up, and I was like, I can watch that. I can watch that. But no, I've never seen The Mandalorian, and I certainly won't now. But I'll watch. Like the thing with Disney Plus is I'm in a kind of a sort of a dilemma with it, guys, because there's some good stuff on there, like really, really, really good stuff. And it's like I've done loads of videos on the channel going, I would never have Disney Plus, #cancel Disney Plus. And then behind the scenes I'm going, yeah, but they got all the DuckTales.
I want Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I was saying that as somebody who hadn't seen anything on there that they had to offer. And then
Not the mama.
Say again, Sadako?
Not the mama.
But they're dinosaurs. Yes, that's the point. They got dinosaurs on there. And if anyone doesn't know dinosaurs, check that show out because that was awesome. So there was a lot of good stuff on, but then I'm like, I don't want to lose my principles, and I don't want to fund them because I don't like Disney. I mean,
you don't want to be a hypocrite. Let's just say that.
Basically, yeah. I mean, which would is a question for you two, really. Which is the worst affected by all this woke, moronic crap? Doctor Who or Star Wars?
Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'd say Doctor Who.
And then Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because at least with Star Wars, you still have that expanded universe. Whereas with Doctor Who, they changed the main fucking character.
Here's the thing. I think there's still the expanded universe, but I will never get excited for Star Wars again now. Like I got excited for the new trilogy, and that's just I didn't expect to be left feeling the way I did. But it's like I was, So yeah, I'd say Doctor Who's Doctor Who's worst affected. Yeah.
I think Doctor Who is the worst affected, but it's also the one that could, I wouldn't say easily, but relatively easily recover if done right. If done right. Star Wars, you can't recover it because it hasn't got an inbuilt formula like regeneration. I mean, we're going to see when they cast, if they cast next Doctor. We'll see how flexible that regeneration format is, I guess. And if they can, I don't think they'll undo everything that's been done, but just get away from it as much as you can. Like, don't reference it, don't talk about it, move on.
Clean slate, you mean? Clean slate, you mean?
Yeah, clean slate, definitely, man. And I think, but with Star Wars, you can't, because they had the chance to get back the original team that people wanted. They had Carrie Fisher, they had Mark Hamill, they had Harrison Ford, who I thought would never do anything Star Wars ever again. And the only reason he came back was to kill him off. So knowing that, you would have thought, okay, this is a final opportunity to get together Solo, Leia, and Luke. You just do it in the first film. You do it. The opening shot should have been of the Millennium Falcon or something. It should have been Luke and R2 on a mission, whatever. Like, there was ways of doing it, but they thought, no, we'll leave Luke out of it completely until literally he becomes the cliffhanger at the end, and we'll only have Leia and Han meet up. What was it like towards the end of the film, partway through? I can't even fucking remember. It's been that long since I've seen it.
Right. What happened was they basically Rey when she was fleeing from the Empire, basically she and Finn got hold of the Millennium Falcon, which had been junk. And then they flew out. Then they came across a group of smugglers who do kind of track them the Falcon. Then there was a gunfight between them, and that's where you saw Han and Chewie come back on the Falcon and say, "Oh, I found them. We found the Falcon again." Then they made
that was the only thing about Force Awakens I actually liked, was how they brought fucking Han Solo and Chewie back.
So they meet with Leia, who's heading the Resistance. Then during the action, Han Solo is killed, and Leia feels it, kind of thing. And then it's only at the end that Rey finds the coordinates for where Luke is hiding, and the ending is a cliffhanger where she meets him, and he's kind of, he's about to, he's just gone into exile.
See, why couldn't Lucasfilm have just hired you, Sadako, to go around every cinema on planet Earth and just tell that story, and it would have saved everybody a fucking like a long, drawn out, tortuous, what was it, 3.5 year fucking period?
Those film could have been so much better. It's just incompetence. I mean,
it's incompetence across the board, isn't it? It's these creative people have lost their minds. They don't know what they're doing. They can't leave their ideology and their politics at home. I've said this before, but like, imagine you guys go into your jobs, whatever it is you do for a living, and you started just to hang around and go, "Yeah, so Trump's terrible, isn't he? Oh, Biden." And it's like, what? Like, you're here to sell this, or you're here to clean this, or you're here to do the job that we pay you to do. Why are you talking about this stuff? It's like, it's just do the job we pay you to do. That should be how it was treated in Lucasfilm, Disney, BBC, Doctor Who. Should have been, look, write Star Wars, write fucking Doctor Who. Do your best. You're never going to please all the fans, but at least do your best to hit as much of a home run of fan pleasement that you can. And just make fucking Doctor Who and good Star Wars. It's really not that complicated, but these people, they want to be activists. It's like, good, you want to be activists? Okay. How about you let somebody like the guy who did Babylon 5, whose name escapes me right now, he should be the running the show. And I mean, I don't know what you guys think of that, but I wish it would be him, because Babylon 5 is awesome. I remember watching it in the 90s, but I don't think it is going to be him. I would love it to be, but I don't think it's going to be.
It might be good for the show if he does it. I mean, the fact that even having a name like him attached might be kind of it might say to people, sci-fi credibility. The show's got sci-fi credibility back.
Yeah, I mean, guys, why have we never had, Leland, like in your time watching the show, you've never had a sci-fi showrunner, sci-fi writer? I love Moffat, but he's a comedy guy. Russell was a soap opera drama kind of guy. These aren't sci-fi writers. Why can't we have a fucking sci-fi writer doing the show? I've never got that.
I don't think, because I don't think there are many fucking sci-fi writers. that are actually decent for Doctor Who. Like the closest, like you said, is Stephen Moffat with all his like paradoxes and like that stuff I can fucking eat up all day.
Yeah, man.
But I don't think there are that many sci-fi writers that would actually be good for Doctor Who, especially like in the UK. Whereas like America, you have like was it Joe Hill, but the BBC have already pretty much told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like I did watch Lock and Key and I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was great.
I'm just waiting for the fucking second season to come out. But yeah, I think America has more let's say sci-fi writers, because let's face it, when you think of like movies and all that, you usually do tend to think of like American like movies. I don't know, I guess what it is, but I'm guessing like America just does it better, maybe.
I think it's just that, but see, like the BBC went very anti-sci-fi in the mid-80s, and they like Blake Seven went, Tripods went, Doctor Who went, and even Red Dwarf was the one sci-fi show they had, and they had to basically make it as a kind of emphasize that it was a comedy thing, and they had to do it as the BBC Manchester division. So it kind of, I think there's a long run where the BBC was just not cultivating sci-fi writers because it's just not what they did. So that's kind of why the only Doctor Who writers we have had are the ones that even the writers we've had who are like RTD and even Cornell, and Gareth Roberts, they've all been soap writers as well. I mean, Chibnall was a bit of a soap writer as well. He wrote stuff like Bread and like about Broadchurch.
Yeah, I never watched Broadchurch because, like I said in the stream already, I've never liked Chibnall's writing in anything.
I thought the first season, considering it was Chibnall, the first season I thought was pretty good.
Did he actually write the series though? Like I've heard that as a kind of a rumor or a theory out there that his name's attached, but he never wrote the actual series.
Possibly not. I don't know. I just know that basically I was with him. Like this was before even Jodie. We this was when we knew Chibnall mainly just for dinosaurs in a spaceship and Power of Three. We just kind of were watching this and going, I can't believe Chibnall wrote this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, like Melina said, look at Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is amazing. I would check it out, but I'm not that huge on the whole like Karate Kid like universe. I haven't seen Karate Kid in fucking years.
When I watched
it got banned from our school because I can't remember who it was, but someone decided to try and be the Karate Kid at school, and maybe a thing happened.
Okay. I know like dodgeball was banned in my school because we were all too rough with it, and some person ended up like getting a broken nose from it or something. So yeah, because of us like lower years, we weren't allowed to play dodgeball anymore. So great success.
Someone basically kicked the caretaker in the back when he was cleaning the boys' toilets, and somebody was dared to do it, and they said, "Oh, okay, go and be the Karate Kid." Oh, okay, and then kicked him right in the back, and his head went boom straight in the bog, and yeah, he never came back to our school again.
Poor bastard.
No idea who that person was.
Garbage does say though, referring to like sci-fi writers, trouble is they are not getting sci-fi writers. In fact, they are not getting good or competent writers. They're getting one episode political Hollyoak Emmerdale writers. Like I said earlier on in the stream, I've never seen Hollyoaks, don't particularly want to. I haven't seen Emmerdale in fucking God knows how long. They're just not getting good writers at all.
It's just the bottom barrel, isn't it, of British TV? It's just shit. Like Hollyoaks is it no wonder this generation is so dumb that they couldn't hack Like, well, I don't think it's really that complicated, by the way, Doctor Who stories with Moffat. I think it's pretty easy to understand and very digestible. It's not, for me, it's not complicated enough. And it amazes me people going, that's too complicated, we can't understand it. Well, I understand that you feel that way because what are you normally used to on a Saturday night? Anton Deck Saturday Night Takeaway. I'm a Celebrity. Big Brother. Like, that's the climate of TV at that time. So shows... Say again, Saga?
And Love and Monsters.
but Russell, like, he kind of, and I know Seneca, you could go off on one easy about this because he had a choice where he could have made Doctor Who for the fans, and I don't mean it at the expense of, say, alienating a mainstream audience, but it's almost like he said, yeah, the fans, you can just wait in the corner. If you like it, great, but I'm making this for the people who would. I want them to come away from Anton Deck. I want them to come away from I'm a Celebrity, and I want them to watch Doctor Who. So I'm going to water it down to the basics. And it certainly showed. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how the show became a success in 2005 because there's not really many episodes there. I mean, you've got Fighting Aliens, for fuck's sake. Really, that's how you begin your season, pretty much. Like, you should have gone all out in the first episode. Like I said, you should have had Daleks. You should have shown Gallifrey exploding, Paul McGann regenerating to Eccleston. You could have done that, Russell. You chose not to.
Yeah, but you have also got to think about, like, the new fans. Like, I wouldn't have had a fucking clue what the fuck was going on.
No, I think you would, man. Though, like, I think you would have. Like, when I seen Doctor Who in 1996, that was the first encounter I had with the TV movie, and it just. And I was like, okay, I get it. He changed his face because it was explained at the beginning that a Time Lord has 13 lives. This is my 7th life and it's nearing his end. A simple line like that, dude, you would have got it. I promise you would have got it.
Yes, but didn't you also, like, have some sort of, not really relationship, but your dad, like, showing you, like, Pertwee episodes before you saw the movie?
No, that was after. Like, my dad was keen to push it onto me. Like, I knew of it, like, of Doctor Who, but to be honest, my dad was the one kind of trying to push that on me, and I think he actually wanted to get me away from Hercules and Xena because they were a bit too violent. So he wanted to push me down the Doctor Who route, and it wasn't until John Pertwee kind of bored me in the beginning, and Hartnell was just a no-go for a while. But Tom was you gotta love Tom Baker, right? Come on, and he was the one that really stuck with me. And then through him, started seeing all the other stuff, and in some ways preferring Hartnell in some areas to Tom at some occasions. So, but no, man, I had no knowledge of the show before. But I think it would have been a success either way, to be honest, because there was still an audience out there that wanted Doctor Who and wanted good sci-fi.
Melina does make a fair point, though.
Fair point.
It takes me back saying that it was bad. It's a masterpiece compared to Orphan 55 and every Chibnall episode.
Yeah, Orphan 55 wasn't released; it escaped. Yeah. like a virus in Wuhan escapes. You know, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened with Orphan 55. It just escaped.
I'd just like to say good night to Garbage as well, because he's been here since the very beginning. So good night, Garbage. Thank you for joining.
Hang on, go back to that comment. He says he needs to jump.
There you go.
He needs to jump. Leland, Paul, Sean, Sad. Why you want to jump us, dude? Why? What's the problem?
It's because we're white males.
Yeah.
We're white males. We need to be attacked and put into our place.
Yep, that's it, man. We need to be taught a lesson for being privileged. Sadaka's privileged. He's,
yeah, there we go. This is what I was saying. There are so many writers out there, but all the good ones are not allowed to go at it. So, like the whole, like Joe Hill, pretty much the BBC telling him to fuck off.
Yeah, that was. I mean, even for the BBC, that was just low.
Yeah.
Like that for that, and the way they did it so publicly. Like, because there's always this thing with the BBC where you think, well, fans say it, but is that really how it works behind the scenes? And then they pretty much just confirmed it and said, yeah, this is actually what we think of. I mean, it's funny, you do that to an American and it's okay. But then if he was black, would you have done that? If he was Asian, would you have done that? You know, of course they wouldn't have. But because he's American, oh, well, we don't want him. We wouldn't hire an American. And if he would, it wouldn't be you. It's like, wow. And they actually put that statement out there. I'm like, my God.
This is the world that we live in.
Yeah, it's shit, man.
That's right. Jodie would put you whiteless privileged man into place. Well, Jodie can go and fuck herself anyway. I've said that numerous times.
I love your name for it, by the way, Shitika.
Yeah, Shitika, and the what was I called it? The timeless fuckwits. And then Garbage calls it out and says the tick box children or whatever it was.
But do you know what we call her on our forum? We call her
What's that?
the pound shop bubble.
yeah, ab fab.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Leland won't know that. Leland's too young.
Yeah. Oh, you got to see Absolutely Fabulous. That's a brilliant show.
Yeah, sweetie. Mwah, mwah.
The best one was when they were looking through because the older brother had gone to university, and like the young daughter, who's the feminist, is like looking through his porn collection. She's going, "This is disgusting. This is so degrading to women." And Joanna Lumley points to the cover and goes, "Why? She's the one with the whip."
But you know what? Like Joanna Lumley and was it? Who did she do it with? Wasn't Dawn Fenn, was it?
Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer Saunders. That's it. They both turned around some time back now, about a few months ago, actually, and said they wouldn't get past BBC guidelines now. That show, like it wouldn't. They wouldn't even get ab fab on the air now. Even Black Adam himself. What's his name? Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, he said that you wouldn't get Black Adam made now. No. That's how crazy things are.
There is an interesting video on YouTube of Rowan Atkinson talking about like free speech and like cancel culture and all that. So I advise people to actually go and check that video out. It's a good watch.
And the good thing is people like him who are high profile are speaking up, and that's good because I mean, look at what they did to Lawrence Fox. Like they completely just wrecked that man's career. But you can't really do that to someone like Rowan Atkinson because he's even if you cancel him tomorrow, he can live off the royalties for everything he's ever done till the day he dies. I mean, Black Adam, Mr. Bean, Johnny English. I mean, fucking hell, he's
just Mr. Bean alone.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I know Matt Smith always said that he took inspiration for his doctor from Mr. Bean.
That I can kind of see. There we go. John Cleese is making a documentary on culture.
Oh, really? Wow. Really?
And that's another person that people that wanted to, probably wanted to fucking cancel as well. Because he's talked about like cancel culture and how it can go and fuck itself and all that. So, the Monty Python days.
Yeah, man, that you'd never get that made now. I mean, Faulty Towers now on BritBox actually comes with a trigger warning, because Manuel's looked at as a minority, and it's like, and it's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, every day you wake up and there's something new about how there's a trigger warning attached to this, or this is what was the recent one? The Gruffalo now is apparently racist.
Oh God.
Yeah, go figure.
I know Problem Being posted something on Twitter like a few days ago, and apparently I'm a racist now because apparently the Welsh language is racist. So I mean I live in Wales, but I don't speak the Welsh language. But apparently I'm racist now, so that's something new.
You racist bastard.
Fire break.
Yeah, go and have your fire break. You racist twat. You and your fire break. How's it working out with him as your is he still is he the mayor? What is it Drakeford? Is he the mayor of Wales or?
I haven't a clue. I don't follow politics whatsoever, so like I don't give a shit about the English government. I don't give a shit about the Welsh government. They're all fucking pricks.
What was it? He goes, we got 3 weeks to break to flatten the curb. We're having a fire break. Everybody stay at home. There's lovely. Fucking hell, man. Fire starter, Josh Halls.
My mate Josh. We're playing D&D tomorrow as well, so Josh, you better come up fucking early.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything else on Doctor Who? I don't think I've asked this question. How do you think? Well, how do you guys think that the show can be saved, or do you think it will be saved? Do you think the timeless children? I know you touched upon this a little bit, Paul. Do you think they're going to solve this timeless abomination shit out? Yeah, just go wild.
Sadako, you going to go first?
But you were asked first.
You're at the top.
Right. Okay. Do I think it can be saved?
Sadako, right there. There he is, up there.
Well, see, I can only go back to. Yeah, fuck you too. I can only go back to the wilderness years when the last time the show went to ruin and it had to kind of crawl back its kind of credibility. And the thing is, the difference then was like you could repeat episodes, select core episodes that had never been seen before, but hadn't been seen in years. And a young good generation might watch them and think, oh, there's a this is kind of thrilling. What's going to happen next? And they'd be interested in what happens next. But nowadays, the problem is, like, Doctor Who seasons aren't serialized in that way, and even so, like because of DVDs, because of repeats, the repeats are not a special event like they used to be. So I mean, there's not. I don't know if they're ever going to really kind of. I think if people do rediscover the show, it's going to be off their own back, or maybe they're going to be shown it by the parents, maybe. I'm thinking in terms of how will there still be a fandom kind of thing that will remember why there were,
Yeah.
And in terms of the timeless children thing, I mean, the only fix I can think of is a remake from scratch. Just because, funny enough, I've been on PJ Maybe's channel. We've been talking about the Red Dwarf novels, which are kind of like you got the TV series and you got the novels that kind of retell the story in a different way. So there's a kind of a different canon. I did find myself thinking, could Doctor Who do something like this? Could it kind of have this series of books that are kind of based on the TV show, but mix it up a bit? And then people can say, well, look, I prefer that canon to the Timeless Children kind of thing. In a way, as a way of keeping the flame alive.
Yeah, I'd like that idea. That would be an interesting angle to come at it from. I think it can, but it can and it can't recover it. It's a tricky one because if the will is there to fix it, then it can be fixed. But that will has to come from not just the showrunner. Like you could get the guy who does Babylon 5, or you could even get Russell or Moffat back if you wanted to, but
not Russell.
Well, but whoever, do you know what I mean? You could get I don't know, William Shakespeare if you could resurrect him to write Doctor Who. The point is, it's got to be the BBC though. It's like the BBC were the ones that decided we wanted to do it. Yeah, Russell helped because he was a sellable name, attach a big name like Rusty Davies to it, and then people will automatically be attracted to it that might not have always been attracted to sci-fi or Doctor Who to begin with, but because Russell had a lot of credibility with UK TV audiences because of all the stuff he'd done before, it sold it. But it's fundamentally the BBC that decided we want to do Doctor Who. There was a will for, I think it was the Lorraine Hegarty was the then control BBC One. She wanted to do it. So, and what's funny is actually I remember getting a phone call back in. And looking back at it now, I didn't forget of it at the time. It was about late 2003. Actually, no, it was probably just before they announced it was coming back. So they announced it was in November 2003. They said it'd be coming back in 2005. And I remember getting a phone call from someone at the BBC because I'd sent off an email saying I love the range of Doctor Who videos. You should do more. And they called me back and they were asking me all these questions. I said, so what is it you love about Doctor Who, Paul? Could you tell us? What's your age? What are you into? And asking me all these questions about Doctor Who. And looking at it now, it was like, okay, they were testing the ground. They were trying to see anyone who comes across their radar, sends them any feedback about Doctor Who, give them a call. Let's find out what it is they like. Because the BBC is completely governed by focus groups. It was a focus group that brought Doctor Who to fruition in the first place. So if there's enough of a will to make it good again, they can do it. But that's got to come from in the BBC. It's got to be them that want to do it. And they could fix it like that, but I don't think they will because they are so out of control with their... And again, there's people in there that probably want to do it, but It's how high profile and how much power they have. Tim Davie, you would think he's got all this power because he's Director General. But look how many departments are the fucking BBC. It's huge. And you got these focus groups breathing down your neck. You've got the LGBT lobby breathing down your neck. You got these people, that people. And they're a minority group, but they've got a fucking loud voice.
Yeah.
And he's got to be strong enough, or anyone working at the BBC has got to be strong enough to go, no, not listening. And this is what we're going to do with our shows, with our brands, with our properties. And if they want to make Doctor Who good again, they can do it. But they've got to figure that out. They've got to figure it out.
Yeah. Like I said in the stream, Doctor Who is going to stay the same until the BBC change. I don't think that's going to be anytime fucking soon.
No.
Like I said, they'll probably learn when it's too late, and they're not relying on the license fee, and that's when they'll probably end up bucking up their ideas.
Did either of you guys, by the way, read Chibnall's column in Doctor Who magazine, the latest issue?
No. No. Actually, I was going to ask you: is it worth getting?
If you want to read an extract out, if you've got time, because there's a bit in there where he talks about how we were brought in to compete with Netflix, and then he says the people who now succeed us have got to compete with The Mandalorian, with Disney Plus. So it is. I would say it's worth buying. It's worth buying because it's got a whole several pages on missing episodes of 60s Doctor Who, which is good. Hartnell's on the cover, which is good. So, and it is interesting to see Chibnall doing spin. It's quite fascinating to watch, and I think he's genuinely deluded himself, the poor bastard, that he's actually done good work. And I feel really sorry for him because I think deep down he knows it's shit. He's got to know it's shit. He can only shut out the fans for so long, and I think he knows. And I think wait for a few years. I mean, look how long we had to wait for Eccleston to start speaking out. But I think we'll get to a point where people will start speaking out about this period of Doctor Who and go, look, we know it was shit. And here's the reasons it was shit. Because of everything we've just said, like tonight, the diversity and all that garbage. And Chibnall knows. I think he has to know. But he's also trying to delude himself that, oh, look, I'm Russell. Look what we're doing specials next year. Yeah, are you all excited for the specials? No, fuck off. No one's excited for the specials. Except you guys and the people who make this stuff for the same deluded idiots.
Exactly. Question from, well, not really a question from Melina, but the question here is if the Doctor should be kept as male. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's how it worked.
100%. And a white male. Sorry, Radio Fuscaro, but we like white males and older males here. So go fuck yourselves.
Like that's where the show works. Like, okay, a female Doctor could have worked, but
they'd need to be, for a female Doctor to have worked, they'd need to could be kind of believably imposing, so that like it looked like they could handle themselves in a tough universe, and Jodie just wasn't. But I'm not a fan of the idea of a female Doctor. I never was. I've always thought it was a bad idea. I mean, it's to me, a show where the Doctor can become a female is a different show to the one I invested in.
It was either going to. I always used to say this. It would either make the show and take it to a level that it had never been at before, or it would completely destroy it. We've got the answer.
No, but see, here's the thing. Like when we, going back to when Russell was running it, people said, "Well, look, it has to be this popular. It has to, bring in elements from Big Brother. It has to be popular." Everyone was saying it has to be popular, but how the hell do those same fans say, "Well, we can make it a female, and that's not going to compromise the show's popularity"? It's strange
because they think everyone wanted that. They're sitting there going, "Oh yeah." I mean, as much as I hate to throw Moffat under the bus, I've got to, because he did an interview with Crystal D, which is pretty good. It's worth checking out. It's in like 3 segments on the BBC Doctor Who YouTube channel, and it was the fan show they used to do. And Moffat,
I saw that,
and it was good, wasn't it? And it was very revealing. But there's one thing I completely disagreed with him on. It's the first time I've ever truly got pissed at Moffat was when he was asked about Jodie, and he said that there's not a single person I've heard from who has a problem with this. A sizable majority of fans are all for the female Doctor. No, Moffat, they weren't. Most of them were like, oh shit, like what? Like again, it's either going to make or break the show. Okay, look, give Jodie her due. You know, all she did was take an acting gig, and at the end of the day, we've all got to make a living, and maybe we all did think this could work, but then really just looking around the culture that we're living in you know, what was it, 2017, 2018, I think it was pretty obvious that this was not going to end well. And Moffat's a part of that. I'm not like giving him a free pass completely, even though I do like him a lot. He's deluded himself to think that, oh, everyone wanted this. No, they didn't. There was nothing wrong with it. You could have kept Capaldi going for another several seasons, and if not Capaldi, Chris Marshall would have been brilliant as the Doctor. Yeah, there were loads of white males out there that could have played the Doctor. Yeah, it's not like there's a short of white males out there. There's, you know, loads of the bastard things. Some of them are in Welsh. There's lovely.
It's very lovely.
Very lovely.
Melina said, honestly, as a woman, I never wanted a female Doctor. It's not sexist, it's just my personal preference. I know, like, Blue Bonnet is exactly the same. Like, she never wanted a female Doctor. I believe it could have worked because it worked with Missy. But
so I wasn't a fan of Missy. For me, that was my walk away moment. But anyway,
okay. Well, you're entitled to your opinions.
I actually see where Serco's coming from. Like, Alex feels like that. Contemplative Nerd on my channel feels like that. And Missy was done as they were testing it, but because Michelle Gomez can actually act, unlike Jodie, really, she was able to pull it off and did really well. And she and Capaldi had amazing chemistry. I personally don't think that a Doctor and a master / mistress have had that good a chemistry since Pertwee and Delgado. It really worked. Even if the story was a bit flat, they worked really well. Their scenes together are some of the best scenes in between a Doctor and an incarnation of the Master I've ever seen. But they were using that to test the water, and it almost worked too well, to be honest with you, because she was such a good casting choice that they thought, oh, people will be absolutely dying to see a female Doctor. No, we weren't. It just worked well with Michelle Gomez.
Darren has some hope. Doctor Who's format is flexible enough for it to recover in time from the horrors of the past few years. Anything is possible in Doctor Who, but I do think there is a stage of which it cannot return. I don't know how they're going to fix this whole timeless fucking fuckwit sort of shit. I guess the only way they can say it is it's the Master that is the timeless child, but I think that's fucking sloppy writing. But then again, Chibnall is a tons hack, so that's probably.
Would you say though, Liam? Sorry to interrupt, but would you say that? Because my thinking is, I don't care how Chibnall does it. You could say it's the Master, it's the Valiard, it's whatever the fuck. I don't care. You could say it's the flipping, I don't know, the Zarbi or whatever. I don't care. Yeah. But as long as you fix it before you go, because I don't want the next showrunner to have to clean up his shit. Like, Russell never really had much shit to clean up from JNT anyway. And the shit that was floating around, there was such a gap anyway between what we now call classic and modern, that there wasn't that much to tidy up. The next showrunner, depending on how long of a break there is, shouldn't have to deal with Chibnall's crap. So as long as he cleans it up, it's like if I go to you guys' house and I mess up your apartment and I destroy and graffiti and piss everywhere, but then I say to you, look, guys, don't worry about it, because I'm going to buy you a new house that's going to be better than where you live, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing fun. It's going to be fantastic. So I did that. Yeah, you'd be pissed, but then you'd be like, okay, but at least you fixed it at the end. And with Chibnall, I'll never forgive him. I'll never forget. But as long as he fixes it, then the next showrunner doesn't have to deal with this shit. So I don't care how he does it. Just fix it and then fuck off.
Yeah, I'd much prefer him fix it and fuck off, not leave it in the shambles that it is right now. And
if it has to be the Master, then fuck it. It's the Master. It has to be the Rani. Who cares? As long as you fix it, I don't care.
Yeah. Anything else? Have we got through everything?
What did you say?
You said anything else, and I said Sadako sucks. There you
go. Oh,
Sadako, have you got anything else to say? Whether it be positive or negative.
Well, see, the thing is, I think maybe to a degree, it depends, like how. Because I do think there is a difference between how classic and new fans see the show. Because I think if you're classic only, you tend to be. It's like. I do think, like with New Who, it's like it's all kind of you're drawn into the emotional stuff. Whereas if you're kind of a classic show, you're kind of a bit more. I don't know. It's like it's a bit more hard-headed. If you know what I mean. What I mean is basically you wave. The things that speak to you about the show are different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I think maybe. Oh god, I lost my train of thought a bit here.
So you know what? It's something Leland just said, and the problem with me is if I get a joke in my head and I can't exercise it, I'll be in fits of giggles because he said, "Sadako, have you got anything to say, be it positive or negative?" And all I could think of was the idea of Sadako getting AIDS. Sorry.
What?
That is dark. That is dark, Paul.
No, it's because also we were talking about Russell, and I was thinking queer as folk and stuff, and it's a sin.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm saying this as my girlfriend right now is doing a gay is at Pride in Manchester, so I'm a terrible man. I need to go and get this out of my system. I'll be right back. Hang on. Yeah.
Okay.
That is dark.
You get used to it when you stream with.
Yes. For anyone who hasn't subscribed to the Sanctuary of Geeks, be sure to, so you get more of this sort of shit over on his channel.
Be warned.
Yes, I'm a terrible man. I'm a terrible man. I'm awful.
Yeah. You're a garbage human.
And plus, he does a lot more videos than I do, so go over to his channel and subscribe to him. And also go over to the Auton Factory, where Sadako is... what are you, like the co-runner or something of it?
Yeah, co-admin basically.
Yeah, co-admin.
Yeah. It's a small forum, but basically we kind of.
Problem being.
Pray the AIDS away.
Anyway. I have nothing left to say. I think we're going to end the stream here on a high, I think, but slightly dark.
Paul's very high.
Oh, God.
But there is a comment that Paul said earlier on about if he'd missed a stream because I played a particular video. I think I'm going to end off the stream with that video. So for anyone...
Was that your video, by the way? Did you do that?
Yes, I did. I created it back last year, I think it was. Yeah, so I'm going to end this stream with this particular video because I think it's very fitting. And now I've got everything of Doctor Who off my chest. Yeah, I think we're going to end off with this.
I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
The Optic Union logo.
I don't even know your name.
Smith. Dr. John Smith.
I'm not a doctor. I am the doctor. The original, you might say.
So, all of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will, where do you want to start?
The first time they tell you that the world's turning and you just can't quite believe it because everything looks like it's standing still. I can feel it.
Sort of got a song of my own, thanks.
I think your song must end soon.
Doctor, you're being childish.
Well, of course I am. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Your eyes, you're so much younger.
Then, all things considered, it's time I grew up.
I know this, Dr. Donner. You will never be forgotten. Our children will sing of the Dr. Donner.
If the Doctor ever visited us, never chosen this place,
Screw Paul Cornell.
would anyone here have died?
Sometimes the Doctor must look at this planet and turn away in shame.
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!
The whole of history could change. The future of the human race. No one should have that much power.
I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand.
This song is ending, but the story never ends.
I see into your soul, Doctor. I see hatred.
Was it you, Carr? Did you kill Donna?
The entire Dalek race wiped out in 1 second. I watched it happen. I made it happen!
I am the Doctor, and you are the darkness.
For a long time now, I thought I was just a survivor, but I'm not. I'm a winner.
I saw the birth of the universe, and I watched as time ran out. If you're sitting up there in your silly little spaceship with all your silly little guns, just remember who's standing in your way. Remember every black day I ever stopped you. I know things, secrets that must never be told, knowledge that must never be spoken.
Harry Pond, there's something you better understand about me because it's important. And one day, your life may depend on it. I am definitely a madman with a box.
Don't forget me.
Don't you forget me.
Where to now, Ace?
Home. The TARDIS.
Yes, the TARDIS.
Until the next time.
Don't forget, Bruce.
No one's ever going to
We all change. When you think about it, we are all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good, you've got to keep moving so long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
Even if I change, it feels like dying. Everything I am dies. Some new man goes sauntering away. And I'm dead.
I mean, do you call this a war, this funny little thing? This is not a war. I fought in a bigger war than you will ever know. I did worse things than you could ever imagine. And when I close my eyes, I hear more screams than anyone could ever be able to count. And you say this. No one else will ever have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch.
My planet's gone.
I'm not just a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords.
Gallifrey falls no more.
Tell them I'm back. Tell them I came the long way around.
What visions would have convinced you to open the rift?
The right kind of doctor.
You may be a doctor, but I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
Master, if the Doctor never existed, what chaos there would be across the stars.
I'm the doctor, and I save people. And if anyone happens to be listening, and you've got any kind of a problem with that, to hell with you!
The man who makes people better. How sanctimonious is that?
It's the end. The balloon has been prepared for.
ice and rage. It was like the night and the storm and the heart of the sun.
I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and above all, it's kind. It's just that. Just kind.
The doctor, the man who keeps running, never looking back because he dare not out of shame.
I'm alive.
Alive isn't sad.
It's sad when it's over.
Get out of the way.
Why don't you finish the job and make the Daleks extinct? Rid the universe of your filth. Why don't you just die?
Choosing to go on the run from your own people in a rattly old TARDIS.
Why not? After all, that's how it all started.
You would make a good Dalek.
If someone who knew the future pointed out a child to you and told you that that child would grow up totally evil, to be a ruthless dictator who would destroy millions of lives, could you then kill that child?
Great men are forged in fire. It is the privilege of lesser men to light the flame. What are you, coward or killer?
Coward. Any day.
I just wanted to say hello. Hello, Doctor.
I will always remember. When the doctor was me.
Yes. And this is where I say thanks to everyone who watched this stream. If you want to go back and watch it again or watch it from the very beginning, you're very welcome to. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Sadiko, for joining me on this.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and thanks to everyone in the chat.
An amazing video, man. That's
yes.
Very good. Great work.
And I guess 2 more comments to end off. I can't believe Chibnall destroyed all of this.
Fuck you, Chibnall.
And where is it? There it is. My goodness, what a beautiful montage. Big up to whoever put this together. This was actually myself and my ex-co-host. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me on this farewell to Doctor Who stream of mine. I'm gonna go and watch the Sarah Jane Adventures and make myself and my girlfriend some food now. So thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.